Hi guys, I am Punya Agarwal, one of the admins of Being ACCA.
And I'm Kashita Gupta.
So let's start with this session and yeah. So firstly, who are we? We are two people who are ACCA finalists, and we have completed 12 papers, and we are students with experience just like you. What is the agenda of this session? We have specially conducted this session to have a fruitful discussion about ACCA, any problems any of you are facing in your journey, and we'll try and answer most of the questions. And if there are some questions which are left, you can always DM us on our Instagram page. Few things about the session that you can turn on your mic if you have any doubts or questions when we ask you to, like there's a question and round session which will be at the end, and you can ask your doubts, unmute yourself, or even write in the chat box. And turning your cameras is up to your discretion. If you want to turn on your cameras, it is totally okay, and if not, that is also okay. And this session will be recorded, and this since this will be going up on our Instagram YouTube page also, so this session will be recorded, and any misconduct of any type will not be tolerated, and you will be removed from the meeting. So let's start. Before we start with the discussions and question and round session, I just want to let you guys know about the services that we provide. First of all, for all the knowledge level people, we have this course, which is a short term course. If you are somebody who is starting with ACCA or is in your knowledge level, um, yeah, in your knowledge level, or you are self studying and not taking any classes, then you may take up this short term course, in which we will be providing you a planner which will be customized according to your exam date. And we'll be taking upon the weekly updates regarding your preparation, regarding your syllabus completion, and then we'll also be providing you with mocks and one-on-one doubt solving sessions, so we can have like a Zoom meeting once a week, in which we can discuss your doubts. And yeah, that's how we can go about that. So if you have any doubts regarding this, or you want to know the prices of the course, then you may DM us on our Instagram page, and we will reply you after this session is over. The next thing is the planner, and this thing I did for the June session also, and we got an overwhelming response for the same, and I will be starting the planners from July. Since ACCA will be having its new study hub, so I want to incorporate that also. So you can just read this information a little bit, and if you have any more questions regarding the same, you can always DM us, and we'll answer you. Then the last thing is the paid mocks, which is for the knowledge level as well as for the skill level students, and in which we will be giving you a mock based on your preparation, and it will contain all of the three sections: section A, section B, and section C, unlike your regular mocks which are available on your ACCA portal. So we'll be having like three sections in that, and we'll be providing you a window of 24 hours, and you can send us your sheets via mail, and we'll check them and return it to you. And then again, we will be having one-on-one doubt session with you based on the mocks that you have attempted. And if you want to know any more details regarding the mock, you can DM us on our Instagram page. So these were the details about our courses, and now let's begin with the discussions. If you have any doubt regarding anything, any part of your ACCA journey, you can always you can ask her here. You can drop your questions in the question box, or you can unmute and ask your doubt.
We also have everyone's favorite ACCA mentor in the meeting, guys. So we have a lot of students and mentors to answer your questions. Even if you don't have any questions per se, you can tell us about your experience about ACCA or any specific exams that you gave so far.
Hello Vrinda and being ACCA. Hello everyone. I'm
Hi.
Avinash Moria.
Hi.
So like as I've seen your videos and joined your Instagram channels and all, like as I will introduce myself, like who am I and what. So I have completed my graduations in from the Mumbai University, like just complete gave my SEM6 exam, and like as a regular student means being thinking about joining the ACCA from since from lockdown, but never got a chance due to the financial problems and all. But after completing my graduation, I thought so being going for an ACCA. So like I enroll with the classes Zell education, and for like I will be giving my first paper like for the skill level and like applying for the exemption, right? So I will be getting for exemptions. Yeah. So like, and I thought for giving the first paper for the skill level is FR. So that's, is it correct, right decision or any decision? I made a wrong decision.
Absolutely, I think the decision is very good. Like whenever we start with our skill level, we always start with FR, because as Tashvita also always mentions that it is a level up of your FA paper that you have already given, and even if not, you have already done your accounts and accounting part in your 11th and 12th. Even in your college, you would have done it. So yes, of course, it is a correct decision. And if you have any further doubts for FR related, then you can always reach out to Tashvita Gupta. She is here right now also in the meeting. You can always DM her and take guidance from her. She is brilliant in this subject.
Okay. And like I have more doubts regarding it. Like how to, like I am also doing an intern in the like in the CA firm, like working from 10 to 6, like and thinking like I'm not getting a perfect time to study. So I need a perfect proper planning. Like how can I plan my regular schedule so I can give more time to ACCA, like as I'm also working as an intern, like 10 to 6, like any specific timing and putting. So like,
Okay, so is it from Monday to Friday?
yeah, Monday to Friday. Like.
Okay, so then you can, you have to divide your time. And since right now we have like 2.5 months to go for September attempt, my opinion would be like to start from right now only. Like, do not delay your syllabus and start from today, tomorrow, whenever you feel like, but do not delay it much. And if you're starting from right now, you can always, give, I think 1 or 2 hours a day would be enough if you start right now. So if it is from 10 to 6, you can come, you can take a rest, then you can start studying in the evening time, late evening you can study, or in the morning also. If you can wake up early, then you can study, and then maybe you can give more number of hours in the weekend. But if you are studying from right now only, then I don't think that you will be requiring more than 3 to 4 hours a day till your exams.
Okay, like so how should I start? Like I've never gone through any professional exams, or like you also know that I've been from a lockdown batch. So
Yeah.
like, but I have studied like nothing, like as like I have not studied, but being scared, like how will be clearing all exams and planning how should I like, sorry, like how should I plan like learning the chapters and all, like so.
Okay, so your classes are physical, right?
No, it's online.
It's online. So you have got recorded lectures.
No, I will be for the like live interaction for only on weekends, like
Okay,
it
only
will be
on
starting
weekend.
from 17th of June. Like,
Okay, okay. So I think you should go with your tutors as they tell you to go with. Like they will be sharing like a planner or something. You can go with that. Otherwise, you can start very basic. Like you can start reading the BPP book, and the starting chapters are, I think, very very simple. I think Tashvita will be able to answer this better. Tashvita, will you mind answering this? You can
Yeah,
even write in the chat box. Hi.
Okay, I was just impromptu. I just entered into this meeting through Insta story.
Yeah.
So sorry, but you're doing really good, both of you. And hi, everyone.
Hi.
So can you just tell me what is the question exactly?
Like how to
Avinash?
plan the chapter wise. Like I need to like how to learn and mug up. Like how, what's
Okay,
the planning of the all chapters like?
for FR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's no point mugging up anything. So it is just learning and understanding in financial reporting. So you have to basically focus on syllabus completion as soon as possible, because we have to practice a lot for FR. So I'm telling you in the advance only that FR is like a huge syllabus, which will always feel like everything is falling out of your hand every time. But that means you can't, keep on putting that cement coat again and again. So you have to move ahead for the practice. So I would say start with the basics like the weekly plan. I don't know where you're studying, but you can join me for my free orientation. I'm not saying take classes. So as a mentor, I can share the plan with you where I'll give you weekly goal that this week these many topics should be done. So by like 1.5 months you should be done with your syllabus. So the rest of the time is on your comfort to do your practice. So like you start with NCA, non-current assets, and then you move to the other bits like single entity concepts, and then you slowly gradually move towards group accounts and then towards interpretation. So that how things work,
Okay.
right? So you can, I think, connect to
Sure, sure.
me.
Like yeah, I will be connecting with you. Like sure.
Yep,
Yeah. Thank you for the guidance
yep.
and like one more doubt, last doubt. Like what all benefits can take from the ACCA website? Like I know like for the kids and all. So
Is that out to me?
no,
Yeah.
anyone can. Yeah.
Okay, so I can take that. You can use the ACCA website to access technical articles. You can even use it for the most useful resource, which is the ACCA practice platform, which has all the mocks and all the official practice material released by ACCA, and those are coming from the examiner directly. So you get more of an idea about what kind of questions can you expect in the exam. So yeah, these are the top two resources apart from others.
Okay. So done from my side. Like thank you for all the guidance and like so, and keeping this session for like me.
Okay, Punya, can we have the next out?
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
Muhammad Rehan.
yeah, hi, being HCA.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. I just have two doubts. Like, the first one is like myself. I'll introduce myself first. I completed what ACA knowledge level after my 12th. I have done directly ACCA. I have completed my knowledge level, three papers, and in skill level, I have completed F4. And for the June section, I have given the taxation paper also. Now for the September section, I'm preparing F7. So like as an ACCA student, my doubt is like after coming to skill level, now it takes time to complete each paper in skill level because it's a 3 months gap. So only 4 dates are available in one year. So in that journey, like there are many doubts to join any another degree like BCom, any bachelor's degree for the support of the ACCA. But if I checked with other tutors, like they are telling that it is not necessary at this stage because it doesn't have much value. BCom, it doesn't have much value now. So what you tell as an ACCA student, it is better to take BCom, which will support ACCA. What you would recommend?
Okay, so we both have actually done ECCA with our graduation, which is BCom honors itself. And I can, strongly say that BCom has been very instrumental in, pursuing it together with ACCA because number one, a lot of concepts overlap. So the basics remain the same, just the way of doing things differs because ACC is international, IFRS and everything, whereas the college, your BCom will teach you a more Indianized way of it. But the way it has benefited is that you get a lot of prospects at job opportunities because you have a graduation clubbed with a professional qualification, so you have an edge over others. And I also think that it complements your education. So that is all I would like to say. Punya, would you like to add anything?
I think she has rightly said that it has helped us a lot. Like there are many concepts which will clash within them. So it is always better to have like a bachelor's degree with a professional one. Of course, bachelor's in itself is not enough nowadays, as rightly you also said that. But when you are doing a professional qualification like ACCA, so it is better, always better that you also do bachelor's degree with your professional qualification.
Okay, but that's if that's the case, then after completing the like skill level, somehow you are getting a degree from ACCA, like something a bachelor's of honors, something you're getting from ACCA itself. So if you compare both the degrees, like BCom and that degree, also it has the same value of a bachelor's degree.
Um, to answer
So
that, yeah,
yeah,
okay, you go on, go on.
yeah. Tell me.
So the degree that you were talking about, the bachelor's that ACCA gives, you do not just get it by merely completing the 9 papers or the skills level.
Yeah. Some 6 months project, something is there
Yeah,
to
it is
yeah.
called the RAP, which is a research and analysis project,
Yes, yes.
which you have to submit, and only if you clear that, the passing criteria for that, only then
Yeah.
are you, getting that degree. It's from Oxford Brookes University, and
Yes,
it's a
yes.
Bachelor's of Science in Applied Accounting. I have done that degree, so I can tell you in great detail.
Oh,
The fact is that both degrees are, rightly saying that you have qualified a bachelor's degree. But if you look at it from an employment perspective, I think that BCom honors has a little more value, considering the fact that we reside in India, and it is the employers who lack a little bit of awareness on that side. So I think a comparison is not at all needed, but when you look at it from the job perspective, BCom honors will definitely give you an edge. That is what I would like to say.
okay. Thank you.
Do we have any other doubts?
Punya, we also have a doubt in the chat box asking what about AFM and SBR together? Are they both lengthy papers? Would you like to take that up?
Yeah. So according to me, SBR, if you're a full time ACCA student, Joseph, are you a full time ACCA student? Okay, so I think you can club those paper together because SBR actually they are not really similar. Of course, like SBR contains all your financial reporting aspect and it is a extended version of FR. But if you see, and AFM is an extension of FM which contains all your investment appraisals and everything. So they are not related actually, but if you want, they're not lengthy. I don't think so they're too lengthy. SBR is a little lengthy because it contains all the practical part and actually have to solve a lot of things. AFM on the other hand is little, it is 50-50. It's 50% theory and 50% practical, so it is very much you will be able to do it if you are starting early. Again, like I said, that if you are starting right now like 15 June, so you have like 2.5 months approximately to do them together, although they are not related. But of course you can take them up, since AFM is not really fully practical paper, just like taxation or any other paper if you go for. But yeah. Tushita, you want to add on something?
I think you've pretty much covered it. It's just that taking up two professional level papers will actually require you to, balance your time accordingly because we tend to, give a lot of time to the paper that we enjoy studying instead of balancing both the things. So yeah, I think if you ensure that does not happen, you will be able to do them together.
I'm planning one offline and one online class. Yeah, so as Tushita just rightly mentioned, that you should have a balance between them. If you're having an offline class, make sure that you are actually listening to the tutors. Sometimes it happens that we actually go to an offline class and we are just blanked out. We don't listen to them, or and at the end we have like a whole lot of burden to us, that because we haven't done anything in the class, right? So just be consistent with the paper, and you can also make short notes so that you can come back to them and you can revise. And yeah, do we have any other doubts, or anyone would like to share their journey or anything else? Okay, we have a question. Which classes did you take for? Actually, we both did our knowledge level together, and we didn't actually take a tuition for that. We only took tuition for F2, which is cost accounting paper from Nasir sir. He's from NGS Academy. You can search him on Instagram or else on YouTube also. And regarding our skill level and professional level, we did it from Wifi Institute, and all of the papers I think we did from Wifi, and from skill level to the professional level, and both of us did from that institute.
Also, Punya, to add to that, more than the institute itself, it was the tutors which we were attracted to, because we heard feedback from students of those tutors, and we took them up because we liked how they taught. So I think that's what really matters, because the one who teaches you the subject really sets an approach in your mind to how to approach the paper. So I think that's really important. And for tutor recommendations, we also have a. Can you repeat which tutor? We mentioned the name of the institute, which is Wifi. You can ask us subject specific tutors, and we can let you know who we took our classes from. Because at institutes, also the tutors keep on changing. What is your opinion about BCom with ACCA in colleges? That will that help us to crack our exams? So I will tell you very honestly that I have heard of colleges offering BCom with the qualification together. They have like partnered with ACCA or some learning providers, but I think I do not have a lot of information about that. But even if you, usually these courses are very expensive because they're like, selling to you that we have clubbed with an international organization and we're giving you such and such professional qualification, which increases your fees a lot, which you really don't need. It is something that you can have, but it's not what you need. So you can pursue a regular BCom together with ACCA. That's also fine. But if you think that linking it with your college degree, like with an affiliated body, can help you, then you may go ahead with it. Otherwise, it's totally doable without that. Also, 90% or maybe a majority of people do that without it. Punya, you take the next one.
Yeah, so next is from Sanchita. Online classes better or offline classes? Honestly, when we started, because we as an Indians have a habit of going to classes and then studying. We This was a common thing which we used to do before, but I think with the passage of time, as we took online classes from various institutions, as I mentioned and as Tushita mentioned, so we personally think, I think she also thinks the same, that online classes are way better than offline classes. Why? Because firstly, you are saving a lot of time commuting, right? So you're going to the actual institute, and then there's a lot of time. Actually, sometimes it's an hour to reach the institute, and then you're all tired and messed up. So that's that. Apart from that, if you get like recorded lectures, you can watch them at your own speed, at your own pace. Whenever you are free, you feel like studying, you can do it. You can, you can actually watch them again and again also to understand the concept better. So I think the online classes are way better than offline classes if you are somebody who can, follow a certain plan, because many institutes I have seen, they give you a plan that इतने महीने में इतना, मतलब इतने वीक में this much you have to do. So if you're able to follow that plan, and if you're able to, watch the recorded content, then it is always better to go for online classes. What's your opinion about six exemptions? Will that affect our professional levels due to lack of base? Can you let me know which two papers are you referring to for skill level? Four are the knowledge level, and other two are.
Also, we have an opinion on this very contrary to what the rest of the people will tell you. This is our personal opinion. And you first let us know which two other papers apart from the four knowledge papers are you talking about? In the meanwhile, others can drop their doubts in the comment box. I think Naseef might be having connectivity issues. Can we just answer this question in general, Punya? Can you answer this?
Yeah, actually, many of the people would tell you that if you are getting exemptions, you can go ahead with taking the exemptions, because it is like a shortcut area. You will be able to complete your papers earlier. But actually, we have like a contrary opinion on this, and as Tushita mentioned, it is our personal opinion that you should never. Okay, usually knowledge level double A and tax. Okay, so in our opinion, if you can actually, give the papers, then you should not take exemptions, because as you mentioned that it does affect your base a lot. Because if you don't talk about even the knowledge level, if you're somebody who wants to take up triple A, for example, you will be having a lot of new things in triple A, that to a professional level course, right? But if you've already done double A once, you will be having that base. You would know what are certain terms, why are they so, and you will be having a better approach to it. If you're taking ATX, there will be a very there are so many similarities between tax and ATX, right? So that becomes your base. Talking about the knowledge level also, if you're somebody who can do knowledge level and not skip it, not take the exemptions, then it is also recommendable, because there are many concepts like in if you talk about F3 financial accounting, there's a new topic which we haven't done in 11th and 12th, which is consolidation, right? So that is a completely new topic, and that will be coming up in your F7 also, and your SBR also. That's so ultimately you would have to do it. So it is better if you have a base. If you have started with a smaller concept, then it becomes your base, and that becomes easy in the professional level also. And if you talk about in Indian context, always given papers in, like, we have always given papers on pen and paper, right? We have never given papers on CB platform. So knowledge level and taking exemptions also will be a problematic situation when you're directly into your professional level, and they give you computer and they ask you to, do all of your paper on the computer. So it is always better that you start with smaller papers, and then you get hang of the computer based exams also. So yeah, anything you want to add, Tushada?
Yeah, so I would like to tell you about how exemptions, were offered to us and we resisted through them and gave our paper. So it was around the time when we were due to give our MA exam. and we were finding it a little bit difficult because it is a challenging exam. Come on. So we were getting an offer to get that, exemption, but at that moment we were probably smart enough to, let that exemption go, and we studied for that exam and we passed it, just because we did not want to, start off at an advantage and then later be disadvantaged because we missed the base. So yeah, that is about our story, what happened with us. We have more doubts. According to you, which paper to take after tax and FR? Um, I think after FR, one can go for audit because it's, very related. After tax, you can generally take up any paper because no other paper is related to it, right? Punya?
Yeah, yeah. I think we have some
Okay,
other
go on
doubts.
with the next one. Huh.
Yeah. But some colleges do provide exemptions, and they are claiming that our BCom is different from normal BCom. Our BCom includes those six papers which are exempted. Yes, if you talk about audit, we have audit in our normal BCom also. I think in third year, I suppose we have it in BCom. And if you talk about tax, that's not there because obviously ACC has UK tax and we have Indian tax. Income tax is there, corporate tax is there, so that's there. And if you talk about the knowledge level, all of them, if you talk about F2 management accounting paper, that is also there in your third year, I suppose. And your F1 and F3 is also there, financial accounting. Come on, you cannot have a BCom paper without accounts paper. And so you have financial accounting, you have corporate accounting. So all of these major papers are covered in BCom. So that is the main reason that we told that exemption should not be taken, because already you're doing that in your BCom, right? So you might as well give an extra paper and build up your base in ACCA also. So if many institutes are just run behind the fact that you don't have to pay um, the exam fees, that's not true. That's not at all true. You have to actually pay equivalent amount if you take exemption. So if you're taking four exemptions, that's approximately, I think, 40 to 50K, if I'm not wrong. So that is the amount you would have to pay to ACCA for taking the exemption. So you are not saved from the money that you have to spend on the paper. So might as well, if you're spending that much amount, for 40 to 50K on your exemptions part, you might as well give the paper and then take up the degree, right? So you will be having a clear base also for your next papers.
Moreover, there is no tuition cost also for the knowledge level papers because YouTube has so many resources. Like complete courses have been completed on knowledge level exams. So you can totally use, free resources to qualify this level of yours and just pay the examination fees, which you will eventually have to pay even if you take the exemptions. Punya, can you take the next out?
Obtaining the ACCA qualification without any additional degree can still have a significant positive or negative impact on an individual's professional life. Of course, you can take up ACCA qualification without any other degree. It is itself a full-fledged degree in which you will be ACCA affiliate after 13 papers and then an ACCA member after you qualify. So there are many companies, actually the big fours, who actually favor people who have done ACCA qualification as a whole. So you might apply for jobs there, and you can always see from their website and which vacancy is open. But of course you can take up AC. There are many students actually who have done just ACCA, and they are in such big companies, and such at high levels. So do we have any other
So I
doubts?
think to sum up, we can say that another qualification with ACCA will definitely reap benefits for you. But even if you do not have, it cannot negatively impact you, but it will, give you an edge if you have it. Any other doubts, or even if someone wants to unmute, we can talk. So Sachita, the study materials we use actually depends from paper to paper. It's not uniform for all of the papers. Usually for theory-oriented papers like BT and law, we used to prefer Kaplan. And for the number crunching papers like FA or MA, we used to go for BPP. Although it is suggested that if you have the time, it's always better to solve both the kits. Study material, study text can be one, but it is always better to solve both the kits so that you have the idea of what kind of questions that can come, and also solve the even if you're not able to solve the entire kits, both entire kits, you can at least solve the mocks from both the kits. So that gives you a better idea. Punya, can you take the next one?
Study material for FR and PM. If you want, like, study material includes your study text and BPP and Kaplan kits. If you want that, that is available on our. There's a link in our bio. You can check that, and all of the materials of all ACCA papers are available there. And even ACCA is launching its own study hub on, I think, 5th of July, if I'm not wrong. So you will be able to access other materials from their website as well, which is again free of cost.
Moreover, we do have theory notes for PM. I'm sure we have. For FR, I'm not so sure. You can DM us and we can probably mail that to you also. Any other doubts? Yeah, so we have one. I am doing ACCA with BCom, but due to which my exams aren't happening at the right pace and it's getting delayed. So I'm a little unsure of whether it is worth it or not. Can you tell me which year of college are you in right now? I would be able to answer better if I know that. First year. All right. So I think due to it being new, balancing both the things together, you're doing it for the first time. So it can be difficult, it can be taxing, but at the same time, you need to remind yourself of the fact that you are getting something extra, which your other peers who are not doing anything apart from BCom are getting. We also faced the same thing, but we were lucky because the pandemic was going on and we had online classes. I can understand how difficult it can get with offline classes because we've done a bit of both. So it will all be worth it at the end, is what I can say. And j- uh, talking about the right pace, I think it would be best to make it a rule that you will give at least one paper in one attempt. With that, even your BCom will not suffer, and you will be making gradual but steady progress in your ACCA qualification also. Punya, do you want to add anything?
No, no, I think you covered everything in this. Anything else? Which study material will you prefer for skill level, PPP or Kaplan? Again, as Tushita mentioned, that for theory papers we always prefer Kaplan because that has little vast, like a little vast explanation than BPP. And if you take up papers like FR, tax, and your PMFM also to some extent, then you might go for BPP. Both the study material are equally good, but it is always preferable for, like, papers like audit. You can go for Kaplan books, but for kids you should always do both of them. For if you have like enough time, then you should always do both the kids for better practice. Some of the affiliates say that now graduation is compulsory to get a job after affiliated. I don't think so. This is true, but obviously, if you're a recruiter, especially in countries like India, it is a notion that you have to do BCom. You have to do bachelors, right? So even if you haven't done your bachelors and you are doing a professional qualification like ACC or CA, then you might face some issues, but I don't think it's compulsory for you to do bachelors and then after you're affiliated you should do your graduation. Tushita, you have to
But
add it.
yeah, I wanted to add that in some cases, in most cases rather, I would say that when you have the eligibility criteria for a job, it would generally ask for a graduation. So it is actually better if you have a graduation with your ACCA affiliate status, because graduation helps you fulfill that basic criteria, and your ACCA affiliate status brings you an extra edge over those who are merely BCom graduates or any graduates for that matter.
Right time to start for September attempt. So, in my opinion, if I would have been in your position and I would have an exam in September, I would start maybe next week because I think last week only our exams got over. So I think I give myself like a week and a half or 2 weeks rather to start with the next preparation for the next attempt. So that it is always better to start early, and you can always if you're starting early you can always give like an hour or so to your paper every day. So yeah, you can start from next week for September attempt.
Also, we do have a post coming up on the same topic.
So stay tuned. Yeah.
We have a doubt. Can we do graduation distantly? Yes, I think that's completely acceptable because graduation basically comes as an eligibility criteria, which gets met even if you have done that with via attending regular classes, or you have done it distantly. It does not matter that much. Just the fact that you clear the basic criteria of graduation.
Do we have any other doubts, because we're about to end the session in like 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have any other doubts you can put them in the chat box. Okay, can I prepare both tax and FM for September session? Honestly, if that are the two subjects that you are left with, tax actually is a very lengthy paper. It is a very lengthy paper. You have to actually cram a lot of things. There are a lot of rates and everything which are there in tax which you have to cram. So if you are a full-time ACCA student, you don't have any other obligation, then you might prepare them together for September attempt. But if you have like any other commitment, like if you are having a job or you're doing your graduation with this, then you should take up them one by one, because tax is actually a very lengthy paper. If you would have asked me for PM and FM, I would have told you that please go ahead, because there are many concepts which are overlapping in both of them. But tax and FM doesn't have anything in common, and tax has a very lengthy uh, syllabus. So yeah.
So Sandeep has asked, can he get a job in internal audit profile after completing ACCA? So yeah, I think that's pretty much possible. If you meet the basic criteria of the employer that you are, seeking a job in, you can definitely get into that profile. We have a lot of graduates getting into the audit domain right after the graduation. They're not even ACCAs, and they are getting into the audit domain. So yeah, definitely you can get into an internal audit role after you complete your ACCA, provided you meet the qualifications that your employer asks.
Just a follow-up question to one to last one. Is it advisable to take two exams at once? In my case, like doing undergraduation as well. Honestly, if you can, then you may. But it is always advised since you're also doing your undergrad. So my advice would be that go with one paper at a time and do not take up two papers, because at times it can be very very hectic for you because you're already doing your undergraduation, and I think so that you will be having your offline classes also now, and so you have a lot of things going on, so it's always better to not actually take up two papers at once. So yeah, Tushita, you want to add on something?
Yeah, I would just like to add, you will have to play smart, Roshali, over here. You will have to see how your college responds to not going for regular classes, because at my college, this was a big problem. So I could not miss college classes because I wanted to prepare for ACCA. So I had to juggle between them both. But if at all your college permits, like it's not a big issue if you do not attend your classes regularly, then you should definitely speed your qualification up and take the smart route by going for two or more papers together. Oh, so it's the same for you. No worries, just go by the rule of at least one paper, one attempt, right? Punya, we have another question. Can you take that up?
Which job is good after completing skill level papers for ACCA? Do you have any other qualification apart from being a part qualified ACCA? You've completed BCom, so I think so that you would have been sitting. You have sat in your college placements, or no? Okay, you didn't. So it actually depends upon your interest area also. So there are many job profiles that you can go for. You can go for audit, you can go for consulting, you can go for taxation. Because you're already done with BCom, so they will take you up as a fresher, and ACCA will add on to it since you will be part qualified ACCA. So they will be very much impressed with that thing. So domains can be your consulting, can be taxation, can be auditing, and can be accounting, any domain which you like, which you have an interest in. So you can look up onto company's website, and you can see in which domains they're taking up the freshers in, and you can apply for them. And I think this is the correct time to apply for jobs if you're looking for, because there are many companies who actually recruit in June or July month, even August. But this is the best time that you can apply for and give interviews and then get placed in some companies. We have another question from Sanchita. When do ACC declare the results of skill level, just after the paper are done, or some days? No, no, no. In knowledge level, we have this policy that as soon as we are done with our paper, we get the result hand by hand, right? But in skill level and the professional level, this is not the case. When you give, for example, if you're given in your exam in your June attempt, you will be getting your result in July, which is your, I think, 17th July, you will be getting your result in. So it is after 1 month or 1 month and a half that you get your result. So yeah, so if you give your first skill level in September, then you'll be getting your result in October second week, I suppose. So yeah.
We have another question asking job options for partly qualified ACCAs with no BCom. Again, see, a lot of requirements. Most of your, employers would ask for a graduation with ACCA. So I think that, the options can be limited. You will have to do a lot of research to look for employers who do not ask for a graduation degree, and then you can possibly apply for those roles. According to my knowledge, in India, or specifically in Delhi where we reside, it would be very difficult to get a job with partly qualified ACCA with no BCom.
I think you might be able to get some types of internships, if not jobs. Internships would be a better option for you right now if you are a part qualified ACC and you want to, get an experience also. So there are many companies who actually hire people for internships. So you can look upon, I think, LinkedIn also. Forage is a site, and I think we also regularly repost opportunities on our Instagram stories, so you can check them out. You can also check websites of various companies if they have a vacancy for internships. As I said, this is the best time because companies are actually looking for summer interns or internships, so you can apply for them. Okay, I think we are done, and I don't think there are any more questions now. So yeah, thank you so much for everybody who has joined. And if you have any more questions, you can always DM us on our Instagram page, and we're always there on our Instagram page, and very active, I think. And we always try and help you people, solve your queries also. So you can follow us on our Instagram page, which is Being ACCA, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are not very active on our YouTube channel as of now, but then we'll try to do that also if we get a good response on the same. And we'll try and upload videos like we used to do for knowledge level. And yeah, if you have any more queries regarding any of the things that we discussed today, our courses and everything, anything apart from that also, you can DM us on our Instagram page.